up my Murphy bed, sat down to scratch my head. What could this day bring? It could be anything. I get the phone call, I gotta help them all. Go girl will save the day, Chow will not get away. It didn't take me long to find the ticking bomb. He took off in my Jeep, that Chow is such a creep. I gotta find a way to take down Chow one day. He pulled a ninja move, it got me to be cool. You know what? Maybe I too could be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to chop, chop, chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I want to be ninja. I started training hard, I think I could go far. I am a natural, that's matter factual. I learned to chop your heart.
Time to change it up. Oh, my ultimate is ready. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, let's break it down.
Mother love me long time, long time. Sucky, sucky, fucky, fucky, one ton, Hong Kong, Hong Kong. One ton, Hong Kong, one ton. One time, one time, one ton. Love me long time, feet of my long slong. Go back to Hong Kong, I'll send you back to Hong Kong. Para one ton, love me. Mother love me long time, long time. Sucky, sucky, fucky, fucky, one ton, Hong Kong, Hong Kong. One ton, Hong Kong, one ton. One time, one time, one ton. Love me long time, feet of my long slong. Go back to Hong Kong, I'll send you back to Hong Kong. Para one ton, one ton.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
Fight!
What the fuck was that?
Oh man. Okay. All right. I just finished my beer. All right. And welcome to episode 80 of the GankBush podcast. I'm your host, Fringe Average, calling in again from Portland, Oregon. For those of you listening for the first time, we are the only Heroes of the Storm explicit podcast where all the different co-hosts represent different play levels. For example, we have someone as low as a silver type player, all the way up to a grandmaster level player. Each week, we bring you the latest hot news and discuss the latest tips and strategies so that you can become a better player. So let's go ahead and introduce our diamond level player. That's Scott, who's calling in from San Francisco, California.
Yo, yo, what up?
Okay, let's go ahead and introduce our platinum level player. That is Old Backpack, who's calling in from Abu Dhabi.
Hey, it's good to be here in the Nets, Matt. I mean, Fringe. One question though. You said we have a lowest that's a silver type player.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, okay.
It ruined my birthday, but yes. But also, we have a Grandmaster level player. That is Bacon, who's calling in from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello.
And lastly, we have a someone who made it to gold and is on his Smurf account.
Who would that be?
That is Tower Baron.
Oh,
who's calling in
me?
from
I didn't
San
know.
Diego, California.
I think there's a little something wrong with that little emblem at the bottom of my screen there. It looks like a bronze figurine or something. I don't know if I don't know.
Oh, okay,
I can't
Dan.
see
you
that
earned
color.
this moment. Here you go. There it is.
Yeah. So for those two, those of you, Tower Baron has been our residential bronze type player, but he decided to create a Smurf account called Baron Tower, and he just finished his placements and he got placed into gold 4. How does it feel? How does it feel?
Well, first of all, there was more than just behind all this than just me wanting to test myself on a Smurf account. There was a little wager involved with this challenge.
Hold on, let me play your victory song while you're doing this.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk over that.
All right, go ahead.
But there was a little wager by Scott, I think, mentioning that I wouldn't be able to get even past silver 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. I got gold. So Scott said he would pay for all my drinks at BlizzCon at the first week of November if I made it past silver 1 or 2. And as the screenshot shows, gold 4.
Yeah.
Drunk time at BlizzCon.
All right, that's enough.
Yep.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
What,
I'm not done.
5 months to cheese your account?
Oh, jeez. You said it couldn't be done, but it was done. So,
But all right, so in all seriousness, so Tower Baron, how did you achieve the gold level ranking, or no, gold level placement?
well, so normally when I play my normal account, Tower Baron, I play primarily for fun. So I'm playing fun characters like Stitches before he was patched up. So I had this history of playing these kind of troll characters like Zeratul, Stitches, Murky. I would play them pretty often because it was fun to play them. I didn't care about winning. But since we had a wager on the table, I decided to change my strat and just focus on 4 heroes. I focused on Varian, Vala, Uther/Malfurion, and ETC. I won most of my games in Hero League. I went 6-4, primarily playing Vala. So I was pretty lucky in the drafts. That was like top 3 picks every time, except for one time, that last game, like you see in the screenshot, I was last pick as Arthas, and we lost. But all the other games, I played at least the top 3 picks. So I was able to get Vala, and I was pretty good with her to begin with. One of my first heroes. Played her a lot, put out a lot of sustained damage, and that's how I got to gold 4. So I was pretty lucky in the draft not to get last pick more than like one of the games. So what Scott mentioned last week about improving definitely matters. You have to pick the squishier heroes, harder to play heroes, so that improves your mechanics. Other players will try to dive on you, so you're the target, and so you're going to be forced to react and anticipate when they're coming at you. So I just played tons and tons of Vala and Varian games, and so it got my engages better, and also the strafing, stutter stepping. I definitely noticed as I won my first 4 games in Hero League, when I got placed in around gold 1, I was getting my ass kicked. So I was definitely a lot harder than like gold 3-ish.
What was your final placements? It was
Final
6-4,
placements?
5-7-3,
6-4, 6-4.
6-4.
I won the first 4 games, and I dropped like 3 in a row, and then I won like 2 more, and then lost one or something.
So this is an overall question.
Yeah.
The whole idea. This is for everyone. The whole idea of creating Smurfs. Like, first of all, like, there's Tower Baron's main account. He's like a bronze 1 guy, right? That's a pretty big discrepancy between the two.
Technically, bronze 2.
Yeah, but I think you got a DC though, right? So it doesn't count.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a pretty big discrepancy. Like, is there a problem with the ranking system? I mean, obviously we've seen Reddit threads about how, the system could be gamed. Like you can be like a silver player, be placed in high platinum. Is that is there any legitimacy to that now, or?
Let me just clarify again, because I mentioned in the beginning. For the Smurf account, I only played carry heroes and players that I was really, really proficient with. So I told you I only played those 4 heroes. If I had to fill out a tank role, it was either going to be Leoric as of 2 patches ago. I played ETC and guess maybe Arthas. And then I played Vala, Varian, and Uther primarily.
Yeah.
So I just played those 4 or 5 heroes, and that was it. My regular account is play whoever the fuck I want.
Well, but that just kind of ends up being you played your best heroes to influence, the MMR, your MMR to the, best of your ability, but that still, doesn't take into Fringe's question of, is the system abusable like that? Because it does seem like you did try to. I mean, the whole point of this whole bet was to see if you could abuse the system enough to actually,
abuse the system.
Float your MMR up to a point, and then kind of glide down while you do your placements. That was kind of like the initial theory, right? And it does seem like you did pull that off. Now, I'm not saying to take it away from your achievement or anything, because it's actually a lot of work to get there in the first place. But
I didn't
just speaking from my own experience, I've had some games where I had fresh new level 200 accounts in my games, but they went 10-0 in their placements, and they placed Masters 1000. And I go through the history, and they're completely empty. They haven't played a single Hero League game before this season. So it was how did they get there in the first place? Yes, Blizzard says Platinum 1 is the highest you can take your MMR before placements, but obviously he went 10-0, and I got matched up with him in his 11th game, and
what happened?
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened? Was he good?
That was a bad game, but you can definitely tell he didn't belong.
But all right, let's get Scott's thoughts on all this.
I mean, he did nothing to.
Not even a
prove
thank
the
you. Not even a
point of
congratulations.
The original
No
bet.
congratulations.
You played completely
No
different.
congratulations.
Hold on. Scott,
You said, I don't care
Scott,
whatever you do.
hold
you're not
on,
gonna get
Scott.
Gold or
He
silver.
won the bet. You have to first give it to him that he fulfilled the terms of the bet, and then say what you want.
I'll give it to him. He cheesed the.
Wow,
he cheesed
no,
the bet.
no honor, no
What?
honor.
Are you kidding me? He said I improved my Vala play along the way. He had 5 months to improve his game to get these placements.
Said it didn't
Well, that's what you set it up as.
I've been playing 2 years
You
before
said-
that, and you said I've stayed the same level. You're not going to get any better. So what's this 5 months thing have to do with anything?
Yeah. Scott, you said you will never touch the gold ranking. I know you're too bad for that.
It wasn't even
really
5
is.
months. It was 2 months or something. It wasn't 5 months.
2 months? You gotta be kidding me! This bet was
60.
made back in spring.
You see this, Scott? These are your words. You gotta take it up and eat it. Okay?
Put it in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
Put it in your
Put it in
mouth.
your
Gets
mouth.
that every once in a while.
Taste the. All
So,
right.
but Ed was saying in the chat that we need a reset, a soft reset, or what is
Hard
that?
reset, yeah.
A hard reset is a
hard
terrible
reset.
idea. Honestly.
That's called a Smurf.
No, a hard reset would be terrible.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
terrible.
It would match. A hard reset, in theory, mashes everyone up into a group
Yeah, you'd be having
of
grandmasters
HGC players
going
and bronze
up
5
against-
players just matched up.
bronze players versus, grandmasters. That doesn't make any sense. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Every season you have a soft reset, and if you play really well, you can move up significantly.
But in theory,
Tower Bear.
like this past season, they lowered the adjustment rating, so you get less and less adjustment points. So it is, I think last season was the stickiest season in terms of your ranking. It was kind of hard to improve your ranking because of that. Now, like, yes, adjustment points in theory work if you're getting like 250, 280 points a game to adjust your ranking to that level, but it's like 205 points, 201 point. It's fucking chump change. It doesn't do anything. Now,
It
if
takes
they,
a lot more games.
yeah,
I will say, I guess with the Smurf account, by playing all the quick match and unranked draft games, they will play you. They will give you a chance to play off against gold to see how you do, which I would never get the chance in my original account unless I just grinded games.
See, that's the thing.
I think that's what Bacon was saying, is that you don't get a chance to test yourself in the higher levels unless you grind it out.
Yeah,
Whereas with the Smurf, it's like you can kind of start off, and then if you really aren't there, then you just lose a bunch of games and you'll drop down.
Yeah, see,
But you don't have a chance. I mean, and I do say for gold, there's a lot less complete retards than in bronze. In bronze, you just always have this one retard, like completely, like this character doesn't like even do anything, and they'll just feed. But at least in gold, people kind of have an idea. Like people may get owned, but they get outplayed. It's not just someone just being retarded.
So would you say
whatever.
at that level is right when players start to have a sense of game sense and drafting? And
Yeah, most of the time players get outplayed. It's not just some player just acting stupid, and then anyone can pick them off.
Okay. All right, I want to move off of this. Now, it's been 15 minutes of this. This is too much.
Are you sure? We can keep going. I can.
oh,
keep
by the way,
going about-
not Yarb, one of the new win timers. I believe he's from the UK. No, that's not. He's not from the UK, but
The guy with the mustache?
This is Ireland. No.
He's from Not Yarb, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
yeah, not Yarb, but he was in silver for 2 seasons, skipped a couple of Hero League seasons, and he just recently placed into Plat 2. So congrats to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is why I'm not playing Hero League. I'm going to take 2 seasons off and then get placed higher. Fuck that.
Okay, Fringe, I'm gonna be honest.
Taking
with you.
like
You
3 or
take 2
4
seasons off. You can
so
take
far.
40
Alright.
seasons off.
All right, come on. Let's come on.
You got like 3
It's-
Hero League games.
Is there another
played
bet
in the
coming
last,
on? It's not like there's another
year.
bet.
It's my birthday. Everyone has to be nice to me. All right. Come on.
Damn.
So,
Are you fucking pulling the birthday card, bro?
yeah, I know. Well,
Yes.
yeah. Since it's his birthday, we have to properly embarrass him.
No. We have
All
to
right,
do the show.
guys.
We have to do the
3,
show.
2.
No.
1.
I'm hanging up. Stop. it.
Happy
No.
birthday to
you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
All right, he's gone. There's no point.
You guys are so off key in this sing. And he walked
Happy
away.
birthday, dear Fringe. Happy birthday to you,
You old bastard.
bastard. He's old.
Yeah.
All right. When
The old
he
man
actually
needed a
left.
pee
Damn.
break. His bladder
Yep.
doesn't last that long anymore. That prostate swollen.
Yeah.
He's gonna put cream on his chin because it's itchy under his beard now because his skin's going bad. He's got dry skin, man.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Ashy elbows.
You
35.
should ask me how old he is. I don't want to say it.
All right.
Fringe, how young are you?
What?
How old are you? What's your age?
I'm 35.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not
Oh,
nice.
really?
Trust me, it's not
So you're,
nice.
so you're still 10 years below what, Chief Ratchet?
Well, he's 40, so.
Exactly, right? So
Anyway.
you're still young.
Yep. All right. So basically, all right. If you like, if you want to find the podcast, you can go to gankbushsquad.com. There, I post the show notes, as well as links to our Discord, iTunes, Stitcher, and etc. If you listen to us on iTunes or Stitcher, please rate and review us, and/or subscribe. We have a win time channel in Discord. Or no, we have a Discord. I'm a little drunk. We have a win time channel in HOTS, and we have a Discord channel for GankBush Squad. So we have links there. If you have any emails, please email us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com. Also, if you want that T-shirt, remember it's open until the end of September. So if you want one, just email us. Yeah. So also, we're on Patreon. So please go to patreon.com/gankbushsquad. And if you want to contribute, that'd be awesome. Also, if you go to the Discord channel, you actually see the show notes before we go live. So if you want to see what we're going to talk about, you can go there as well. And so we actually have a pretty good show for you. We're actually going to talk about, I think everyone's going to talk about this week, but the Mopsio shenanigans. We're also going to talk about a build that I saw the other day for Greymane on Battlefield of Eternity. I want to get Scott's ideas on that. And also, we're also going to discuss when to split push. And then we're going to discuss are there too many Hero League, or are there too many quest talents? And then we're going to, geez, this is a long show. All right, then we're going to talk about Quick Match versus Hero League meta. And then we're going to talk about the HOTS API that came out and how I think this is kind of a little bit rubbish. But okay, all right. So for Mopsio, one of the tank player for Zealots in Europe received a 7-day ban for non-participation in Hero League games. And also, if you go to gankbushsquad.com, we'll link to the video of him playing like a jackass. But basically, he can't play heroes, or you can't play Hero League for 7 days, and you can't participate in the HEC this weekend. So, and also, if you watch the video, he really he definitely was not participating in the game. We'll put it that way. Huh. But so, what do you guys think about all this? Let's go to Bacon first.
Hold on, go after me.
All right, let's go to Scott first.
I mean, looking at the ban, I'd say it is justified, although it's kind of shitty that just because he's a pro player got caught on stream fucking around that he gets banned when, you see stuff like this all the time in games and you ban people and nothing happens. But the HGC ban seems unjustified. I don't agree with it. It's something he did in Hero League. That shouldn't be carrying over. Blizzard's just trying to run like a tight ship on how their players are portrayed in HGC, so it doesn't
that's
look
part
bad.
of the rules, right?
Of what, HGC?
Yeah.
I don't know.
In and out of the game that you have to, properly represent HGC. That's part of the rules.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean, that's like a lot of professional sports have those kind of, like behavior clauses or whatever.
But also, doesn't Blizzard pay, Mopsio money, right? Isn't he kind of like an employee?
Oh, so you're saying he should get fined, like
No.
the NFL?
No. What I'm saying is that if he's kind of like an employee almost, then they have more, it's more on their right to do that because he's kind of like an employee of Blizzard, right?
You mean they sponsor him and push his viewership and stuff?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I guess from my point of view, the bottom line is that if you're a pro player, you're kind of like a role model, whether you like it or not. And if you're on one of the 8 teams in your region, then you have a certain level of conduct that you should have. But on the other, also the clip doesn't show what happened beforehand. He was playing with Moonfair, right? So it's very obvious. It's very possible that Moonfair was maybe being a dick, and we don't know about that.
That's
was he?
definitely a possibility.
It's possible.
But
I said it's possible.
according to the Reddit comments, this is not new. He's done it a lot, constantly before, and this is like very typical Mopsio behavior in Hero League.
Well, then fuck that guy then.
He's an asshole.
He's fine until somebody makes one mistake, and then he's that guy who never lets it go, blames the game, and then he starts feeding.
Well,
and that's apparently a typical behavior. And look at him right now; he moshes by himself.
Yeah, but
And he was just dancing too before
but,
that.
Yeah. Well,
So-
he moshes by himself right there.
so it seems as though that maybe Team Zealots is the Tempo Storm of North America. All right, does Tower Banner old
That's a lot
backpack?
worse though.
Does Tower Banner old backpack have anything to add about that?
Yeah, I kind of go back to what Charles Barkley said in the 90s. I am not your role model. Meaning I kind of agree with Scott. Just because he fucks around in Hero League doesn't mean he should be banned for HGC. You should ban him from Hero League for sure because you ruin other people's games. But I don't think he should be banned from...
Loxley just copied part of the contract. Thank you, Loxley. 6.1
okay.
Behavior A. All team members must at all times observe the highest standards of personal integrity and good sportsmanship. Team members are required to behave in a professional and sportsmanlike manner in their interactions with other competitors. You know, that speaks for
so
itself. That's
he has
part
a
of the contract
meaning
he signed.
He does get.
Yeah.
He is kind of an employee if he has a contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he is an employee because he gets paid by him too, right?
Well, if he gets paid, then that's a little bit different. Then yeah, he's on the hook for that. Then he's just subject to whatever punishment Blizzard decides to dish out. So I mean, I don't like his actions, but you know, it's Hero League. You should ban him from that scope only, I think. But I guess they're trying to send a message.
Yeah, but this is good. You don't want pro players being assholes to their players, right? So they are people that we look up to. Like we watch them for, you know, how to play properly. And this is him dicking around.
Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, I mean, like if I was a regular jack off and I was playing with Fan, I'd be like, holy shit, I get to play with Fan. This is pretty cool, you know?
I don't know. Just because someone's good doesn't mean they have to necessarily be the most ethical
Don't want to brag
person.
here, but I've played. No, I played a couple games with pros this past season, and every interaction that I've had with them was either they didn't say anything or they were pleasant, nothing negative to say. So for the most, pretty much in my experience, out of the dozen games I've played, it's been fine.
Yep.
And I mean, Chew8 streamers too, like Dunk Train, like it's all been fine. And if they had anything negative to say, I'd be like, oh, that wasn't the correct play, or that was kind of shitty, and that was pretty much the extent of it. Like I just before this podcast, I played a Hero League game with Superstars Airho, which is the tank player, and we had one team fight go bad, and he just kind of bitched at us, kind of like, fuck this team, and then we were like, okay, we'll follow you, and then like 3 minutes later we won the game. So
yeah, but yeah, I'm in agreement with Blizzard's.
Bacon loves to name drop. Yeah, I get half chubs every time I drop.
I know.
Fringe's audio went out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I muted myself. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I was typing. So I didn't want to have the audio messed up. But
Okay.
Well, the reason I name dropped is Loxley asked if I actually had any experience with pro players, so
okay.
it wasn't just to name drop.
Okay. All right. Lastly, I almost forgot. For those of you at home, I'm drinking a Rainier beer. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, it's
like
not
that.
Rainier. It's Rainier.
Yeah, it's basically the Pacific Northwest version of PBR.
Oh, is it named after Mount Rainier in Washington?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
It's made with Yakima Valley hops.
Yakima.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
Nice.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So for those of you at home counting, that's what I'm having right now. So, all right. All right. So we're going to discuss Greymane. So I was watching the HEC and I saw that Arthalon of Team Expert was playing Greymane on Battlefield of Eternity, and he had a different build than the cocktail build. And during the I think Kaldor said that, oh, this is the Korean build for Greymane. So I wanted to talk to our residential Greymane player, that is Scott, and get his thoughts on this particular build. So do we have it up on the screen or?
Yeah, I can get it up in a second.
Okay.
You can get it up, Matt.
Oh, I know. Well,
I just need to name drop a couple times. And I can get it up.
Don't train.
Yeah. Say
Don't train.
Urho. Done
Yeah.
trade.
Airho. Oh shit.
King
What do you think,
Caffeine.
MFPT.
Go.
All right. So for those of you at home, it's basically a Wolfheart at level 1, then Eyes in the Dark at 4, Quicksilver Bullets, then Cursed Bullet, then On the Prowl, Executioner, and then Hunter's Blunderbuss. So Scott, why do you think this particular build is viable or is being chosen on Battlefield of Eternity?
You're doing less poke damage with cocktail, basically. So it enables you to have a lower cooldown on your inner beast, so that when you're doing when you're on not infernal, what's the immortal, like when the phases change, the halftime show, I guess it's referred to as, your inner beast usually is on cooldown, and that helps you get off cooldown quicker. This is a common build that was played right after they reworked Greymane and nerfed his cocktail build into the ground like a year or two ago.
Yeah, it was like cocktail this build, cocktail again, right? So
Yeah.
When they first changed cocktail to a quest talent, like the quest talent was terrible, so everybody played this build outside of Cursed Bullet. Cursed Bullet is only recently, but all the other talents have been played in the past.
Chief Ratchet asked in the chat why Eyes in the Dark, which gives you stealth when you disengage. And I would say to that is, since you have Wolfheart and the attack speed boost and Executioner and procs you want to get off, you want to get into the team fight and melee form as long as possible. And Eyes in the Dark helps you disengage more safely, I would say.
Yeah.
Because you can take 1 or 2 more hits before you disengage.
Yeah, and you can stay in combat longer before you disengage. It helps you survive the disengage as well. You're going to have to be in melee a lot more since you don't have the poke. They're not going to be like super low to where when you go into melee form, they are going to be on the defensive. They're more likely to stand their ground. So you need that disengage in case shit goes downhill.
Also,
go for it.
One quick mechanics tip. When you are in melee form and you disengage, the way the stealth works is as soon as you disengage, it applies stealth. And then once you go roll over in human form, it applies stealth again. So it's like 2 mini stealths.
Yeah, so if you're hit during the roll, you will then re-invisible after you stop rolling.
So the 4 seconds starts when you initiate the roll.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
something like that.
Is this build more viable like in organized team play versus like Hero League?
So it's viable on BOE because it's a map where there's almost no wave clear. And the cocktail build gets a lot of value, and there are minions that you fight near against your enemy. This way, cocktails explode on the minion and hit the enemy. That triggers all your stats. It's much harder to trigger that on BOE, so it loses a lot of value. And instead, it's most value you get from cocktails is the wave clear, and that's not important here. So you want to have the extra poke range with the auto attack. And so it's really only a BOE. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm saying it's really only a BOE skill set because that's the one place, or any other wave clear, devalued map.
And you also want to draft more of a divey comp because this Greymane build kind of is not poke based. More he's committing to the fight every time he goes in. So keep that in mind. Like what's gonna happen is if you don't draft properly for this Greymane to get as much damage as possible and poke in and out with auto attacks, is he's gonna waste his W, and it's gonna be on cooldown forever, and he's not gonna be able to, be effective if they re-engage.
Yeah, well, that's part of picking up the level 7, the increased basic attack range too, though. Mm-hmm. That allows you to attack a little bit safer to keep your inner beast active longer.
Mm.
Exactly.
And in general, you would pick Greymane near the end of the draft, right?
No.
You just go right in the beginning.
Solid enough in the meta right now that he can be picked early.
Yeah, I think we have him rated as the top assassin. for higher levels, right? So you can definitely be picked in the first, 2 to 3 slots.
Yeah.
Still needs a front line though, right?
Well, I mean, how many teams are not going to have any tanks on them?
I played a few games in my placement matches that, but I guess
Gold,
that's more of a. We're talking more about like
gold level played in.
yeah, gold level
Yeah.
play.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
I like
all right.
I like how confident Tower Baron's now.
Yeah.
His chi is
In
different.
my gold games.
He's got a wider smile.
Yeah.
Yep. It's almost as if he likes being on the show now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
always like being on the show.
All right, so let's move on. So, Old Backpack wanted to discuss when to split push the objective.
Yeah, so this is mostly for games like on BOE, Bratis, Infernal Shrines, and arguably Cursed Hollow. Because in this, whenever you win the objective, there's a large objective pushing in one lane. And in the pros, you sometimes see them not push with it, and other times you see them push with it. So I really wanted to figure out when and why they do that. So I wanted to ask, of course, well, Bacon and Scott, to ask why are they doing this? Scott?
Well, the really easy answer for split pushing is you split push instead of pushing with the objective if you feel you can get more value out of split pushing.
When is that?
Which, I mean, it depends on the comps you have. You know how well you can siege versus how well the team can defend. Where you are when the objective spawns. Like say close up. Say you're on the on BOE and you get the immortal, and the immortal, while it's charging up, you go top to gank a player on the enemy team, and so you got most of your team up there, but the immortal is going bottom. It's gonna take a while to run bottom to push with it. Sometimes it's better to just stay top and push the closer objective because somebody's gonna be forced to defend that immortal. So that's like one example.
Also, that's a 2-lane map example. Let's say it's just a 3-lane and it's a Punisher, top lane pushing down, and you stick one person who's kind of self-sufficient. Let's say a Sonya, like someone who can heal well, or a Tassadar. Stick one lane and put the other 4 in other lanes. And what that does is, especially in the early game, it's the Punisher's not going to do anything. It's going to jump over the wall. It's going to punch once or twice and then pretty much get immediately blown up in 10 seconds, and you might get 1 or 2 towers. But what the more effective thing to do is just put other bodies in the other 2 lanes and start soaking. And that way, when the Punisher's dead and the enemy team goes to soak the other lanes again, they've already missed like 3-4 minion groups worth of soak. So you've already got the advantage of experience by pushing with the immortal, because there's obviously one body soaking in the top lane, but you also get the 2 other lanes soaked as well. And you kind of group up, try to get level 10. I mean, because if you do that properly, like first immortal or 2, first Punisher or 2, that's going to give you like a level and a half advantage, and then you can kind of build upon that snowball, get level 10 first, and then that means you can also kind of bully camps and get maybe another Punisher out of that. And then once you get another Punisher out of that, you can like 4-man push with the Punisher and put the Haka on the other lane. That way you're still soaking the other lanes, but you get a heroic advantage and, push down that lane too and start getting keep pressure and things like that.
I think that was pretty cool that you said that you only want to kind of do the split push the objective early on in the game, right? You're not doing it at level 20, right? You're doing it early on. So like in BOE and Infernal Shrines, maybe the first Punisher, the first Curse.
It also depends. Like, let's say they're pushing top 5-man level 20 and you're like 19 and a half. You definitely want a Dehaka or someone who can wave clear quickly, go to the other 2 lanes while you kind of try to poke 5v4. Don't commit to a fight, but just delay. And that way you can try to make up for that experience. So Luxley asked a good question. How do you counter something like that? So what I would do is put the tank up top with a high DPS and then kind of 2 or 3 man that and put one body in each lane and just try to passively soak. Like, don't try to win the lane, because obviously you're not going to, because you're going to be outmanned. But if you stay within minion range and passively soak, the experience difference wouldn't be as much because you're still soaking that lane. And the net benefit for the enemy team ends up being like 2 towers, something like that.
Yeah, so if you do that, you have Gandalf coming out, helping you out.
Yeah.
Gandalf, huh?
2 towers. The 2 towers.
Oh,
I got that.
You shall not pass.
No, I got it. It was a great joke, man. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's my only day I can get it.
Got the dad jokes coming out.
Yeah. Those 35-year-old jokes right there.
Yeah. So basically, split pushing is just all about the experience. You know, like to take the Infernal Shrines again, you know, early game, even up to probably pre-13, you know, the experience is more important than how far you're pushing. So, like, say, you know, you get the Infernal Top and you're pushing the fort, you know, the difference between getting that fort to like 20% life and having to retreat because the Immortal died or the Infernal died, and getting it to just, you know, 80% life doesn't make a difference on your experience. If you don't kill that fort, you're better off going somewhere else and, you know, soaking lanes that the enemy team isn't on. If you could destroy a couple towers in the other lanes, you know, it's all about getting that experience to get level 10, to get these talent advantages so that you're heading into the late game strong.
People definitely underestimate soak. In Masters level games, one of the biggest criticisms that the players give each other is one of us misses a lane soak and goes, "You missed this lane. Like, what the fuck?" And then you have to apologize for it because it was your responsibility to fucking soak those minions. It's actually a big deal. People get pissed off if you miss lane soak because it is that
You missed that
important.
wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uninstall the
it's
game.
like-
You missed that wave.
We got ourselves a noob.
Like, one hero kill is worth equal to around the minion wave. Like, people don't realize that. Or if you got a 5-man wipe, or if you know, soaked all 3 lanes for a minute, that's the equal experience, you know. Like, people, or that's actually more experience.
Soaking at the higher levels is way different than you know, like Matt's version of soaking, where Matt stays in lane and, you know, stands there and wave clears. You know,
It's my birthday, dude. It's my birthday.
You won't even give me a congratulations.
It's like
it's you know, the higher you go, the soaking is more about, you know, killing the minions, get that minion wave cleared as quick as you can, so that you go do something else.
Yeah, you go pop, and then you jump out and then try to get a gank. And then if that gank fails, you hop back in, soak it real quick, and then try to get another gank. Like,
Yeah,
more things
you're always moving.
One more thing, 'cause I had a game fresh in my mind. So I played Zool on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and we had the first objective, like the Spider Queen's pushing. So I actually, instead of trying to push in one lane all the way past the fort and get the fort down, I just went to each lane and got the towers down first on each one of the lanes. So I guess that would be, experience-wise, the better thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Try to take down the towers first instead of trying to push one lane really far in, because you get twice the experience or 3 times the experience if you were able to get just the towers down in just each of the lanes.
Yeah.
And that also makes it easier for the lane pressure later on when you get another turn in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or that else, it's like if there's a spare moment, then if you got the wall down, then you can snipe the fountain. You know, things like that. Small advantages over time.
Yeah, because I noticed in Tomb of the Spider Queen, some players are just try to push in one lane, and all the other spiders are just kind of like in the middle of the lane, just not really at the wall yet. I guess it's better to actually go for the experience and the level advantage later on.
Yeah. Just saying, if
I also want.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I also wanted to mention the whole that's the whole split push thing. Is that I noticed that it happened a lot with pros. When the pros draft a heavy melee comp, and they don't feel sieging with the objective safely. And so, if they go, let's say they go like Malthael and I don't know, like a Greymane. Well, Greymane's different, but they have Malthael and like some other sort of they have some like Acacia Malthael, something like that. And then they don't really feel safe with they push with the Immortal. So they just say, you know what, F it. We're gonna push the the other lane. We'll get some value off that, and we'll just sacrifice the objective to get the split pressure. Or say the other team has very heavy defensive. They have a Chromie Hammer, so you can't really easily push stretchers down or siege. So they screw it.
Yeah.
Is that sort of the same scenario as if they got a boss or something too? Not even an objective.
What do you mean by that?
Well, not even just getting an objective. They just get like a boss. Say like I don't know. It's a bad example. The boss in Blackheart's Bay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
Hollow.
Yeah,
So they're just gonna push another lane while the boss is in the other one.
I get it. Yeah, so in Blackheart's Bay, normally you get boss in order to secure turn-ins. You don't actually push with the boss. You just say, okay, boss, run down the lane. They have to defend it. Then you do other things on the map. Yeah, similar to that.
Yeah.
And also, if the opposing team tries to stop you from doing the objective after you got the boss, then just delay the team fight as long as possible.
Yeah.
Just poke them until like the boss gets tons of value.
And then if you see one or two people get on the boss, that means it's a 5v3 or 5v4, and then force and engage.
No. That's when you get the camps.
Yeah, get the camps.
Sorry, dude.
Lanes.
Shit. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Great
happy birthday, Fringe.
Yeah. Nice strategy there, Fringe.
Yeah.
That's when you get the
Warming
camps.
the masses.
How old are
All
you?
those globes are
35?
yours.
And when does
Wisdom
never.
from all those years of living.
Yeah.
All those
course.
years of clearing waves.
Yeah. Hey, I've cleared more waves than anyone else here probably. But anyway, let's move
Hey,
on.
does your family have a history of early mental illness? Just wondering. Just curious.
No. We're fine. No,
Okay.
we have other issues with our family, but not that. But actually, I almost forgot. This is a question I almost forgot to bring up. Was for the next show, is Tower Brand going to have a gold level icon next to his name, or
I think that's the most important question of the show.
I'll do it.
all right?
I'll do it.
Are we all in agreement though?
We don't have a gold, right? We don't have a gold.
Wait,
Yeah,
are
so
we
that
all-
means our humble host, Fringe Average, is the lowest level player on the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is
I
our.
like this. Now Matt's gonna be the worst player.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
the.
that'll
play Hero
inspire Matt to play Hero League.
No. First of all, we all know this is like back to episode 1 where like we had this big debate about me versus Tower Baron. We all know if 5 fringes, face off against 5 Tower Barons, I would win
So
easily.
what you're saying is
No,
5 silver,
Tower
5
Baron.
gold.
5 Tower Barons will try to work together, while 5 Fringe Averages will
No.
soak 5 different lanes.
No. I would. No. Wait. You say that.
It's
but
like
no.
it's not possible to soak 5 lanes. There are no 5-lane maps, and then you would
No.
disintegrate as a team.
No. See,
You have 2 sitting in base while the
Yeah,
other 3 soak
shit.
to just be ultra efficient.
no. I would out.
It'll be like the Lost Vikings. As soon as one Fringe Average dies, the one in reserve comes up and soaks that lane.
It's
Who's sitting at the keep just to be safe. Yeah. Takes the other one.
all right. Come on, guys. It's my birthday, guys. You have to be nice. That's the rule.
Well, Tower Baron's been
birthday.
spending the last couple months honing his skills to get up to gold.
On 4 characters.
Yeah. I disagree. Anyway, all right. Let's move on from that. Okay, so Bacon wanted to discuss: are there too many quest talents in the game?
Yeah. So
No.
the trend, ever since they put in quest talents of doing hero rework, is they add more quests to the hero. But I'm just wondering if if there are too many quests in the game, and I want to. I copied this idea from the discussion of Heroes Power Hour. So if you guys are listening, thank you for the idea, and listen to their last episode if you want to hear their take on it. But or was it core? It was one of those two. I listened to both of them today, so
Man,
they
get
kind
sued
of
now.
mushed together. Sorry, but I like both shows. But I'm just wondering if you guys think if there are too many quests now, or if this trend is a good trend.
I think it's hard to figure out when everyone's quests are completed. I think that's difficult. Like if I'm playing against Alarak, I don't know when all of his quests are done, or I guess people on my own team I know when their quests are done because I'm kind of with them. But if they have some other one,
Well, now
like, I'm
they
not
have
really
that.
sure.
Now they show quests and trait quests in the tab screen, and they also have that notification when quests are completed on both enemy and friendly.
Does it show up like
it's
on the
way
screen?
easier.
Yeah, it's like a new sound
There's-
effect, completely new sound effect too.
Yeah, it's a new sound effect. You can go and check the talent screen. It's much easier to like. I think this
track.
last patch is when it came out than it was previously. It's way
Yeah.
easier to track quests from other people.
Yeah, that was my biggest gripe with it. But if they put that in, that's pretty cool.
Fringe,
Or
are
it's
you a
just like,
fan
oh, I
of
don't know.
the quests and more quests and the new notification system?
I love the new notification system because everyone gets to see that etc finished prog rock. We all know about it. That's awesome. Like I don't like the idea of like with Thrall where like every talent is a quest talent. That's too much. But obviously that Blizzard has said that's that's just a test to see what happens. I think quest talents are okay. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about why they even have the quest talents. So they exist in order to guide the players on how to play their character. So it says, oh, if you're Thrall with the Crash Lightning build and you are not a solo laner, and so they really guide your hero and say this is how you play the game. It holds the people's hands so they know how to play. It's there as a learning tool, and in that regard, I like it because then it helps new players learn. I mean, it also controls the power spiking of characters, which is also their intent. So this way, people like Chromie aren't good until level 13.
Yeah,
But
individual power spikes
it's
too, so your own contribution to the game.
exactly. Yeah, and if you see yourself completing, the Chromie talent at level 13, say level 16, say, wow, I'm better at skill shots. It's a good way of teaching yourself the game. So I'm really for it.
And I just kind of brainstormed the types of quest talents that they have right now. And, when they first introduced it, it was like collect 30 globes to get more mana. And, it's boring shit like that. Collect more globes to get more, health per second. And, those are the long time to complete quests like globe quests. There are skill shot dependent quests like Chromie. Heavy minion laning like Asmodan's Taste for Blood. Also, globe quests kind of fit into that. Gul'dan, right?
Vala too. The Caltrops one too.
There's like heavy ganking,
What do you call it?
team
The
fighting.
little mines.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Heavy
that
gang-
Caltrops should never be picked. But
I picked it. I picked it.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
don't know.
Nate, go on.
I think it's fine the way it is. I think Loxley said that for the lower level games, it encourages team fighting way too much because people want to get their quest done as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But I think lower level players just like fighting because like they think that's the only thing you can do. Like they think that there's nothing else you can do besides fight all the time over nothing. I think,
But
or maybe
that's also
I don't
like
know.
a lack of game awareness, and also players at that level are also less invested in try harding. So like it's also a part of like the game not explaining those mechanics well enough so that the players are paying attention to it. I think because we all know the tutorial in this game is trash, and AI and quick match doesn't really prep you for the ranks draft modes. So like if a new player just kind of sees a quest of, oh, I just need to kill X amount of wizard minions for globes, they're just gonna focus on that and kind of blindside themselves and get ganked and things like that.
I do also like how the quests kind of encourage comebacks. Like, say if you're just waiting for your power to spike at a certain level with KT or Butcher or something. I think that's pretty cool too. Like you aren't necessarily gonna get rolled over. I mean, you're just waiting for your talent to spike, say with like Golden or Butcher. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But
Nazeebo's
I
level
do like
20
in
is
the-
a
in the-
classic example. And like the quests also give like comps, like this is a late game comp, or this is an early game comp, or this is like a hit level 10 and try to like roll them comp. Like
Exactly,
variant
like
comes
it-
to mind when you think of that.
Yeah. Or I said Zebo is like the ultimate level 20 character, and his whole goal is to clear lanes and get stats till before level 20. And if he does, then he's a monster. And so it really does make that role of he's a quest hero who's very powerful late game. That's kind of the niche they want to give him. So it fulfills that responsibility as well.
Do you think quests in general are rewarding enough, or are they too rewarding?
No, I don't
Because
think they're
it's-
just
it
right.
does
I just
seem
don't
like-
it when there's
It does seem like if
more
you
than
look at the
just
talent
3
tree.
quests.
Yeah.
I think 2 quests for each hero is max. I think you shouldn't have more than 2 quests per hero. So if you asked at the beginning, like how many quests is too much, so I think you should have at least 1 for every hero that you can sort of select into, but not more than like 2 or something. It's more than 2. It's too hard to keep track of, especially if you're playing against them.
All right. So what did Bacon want to say?
Well, the trend is usually if there's a quest talent in the tier and the other 3 talents are just regular talents, the quest talent usually ends up being the go-to pick, right? So I'm just wondering, does the quest system promote talent diversity? Because what happens is if it's too strong, then you just nerf it to the ground anyway.
Well, I think the thing is that to use the Jigglypuff Zebo example, like he went like he was in Zebo on Tomb of Sprite Queen, and he didn't even come halfway close to getting into stacks, and I feel as though that's a very common, or at least a fairly common issue at the lower levels where players will get these quest talents and not know how to get those quest talents, accomplished. So then it actually negatively affects their ability to do well. And because what they probably do is go to Hot Slogs or Storm Spy, and
He doesn't notice.
but they just pick a talent that everyone's using without thinking about it, whether or not they can accomplish it or not. And so I think I think it's kind of a negative as well. But
Well, also to answer Bacon's question of, usually the right answer is pick the quest talent. We had the whole Greymane build that we talked about earlier, and that in the Greymane build, he avoids the quest talent because it doesn't have immediate value, because BOE is a much faster map, and that longer stacking Q talent is less valuable. So it has diversity still, but only in different situations. With the Greymane build being the most exemplar.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I mean, like I said before, the whole thrall thing is too much, but that's fine.
Well, the thrall thing is like, yes, they put in all those quest talents, but it's just kind of like little variants of
Yeah.
just
Yeah, but
not
I do
crazy
agree.
different.
Yeah, I do agree that it does kind of push people, especially at the early levels, or the early talent tiers, where if there's a quest, you're probably better off doing that. Like like Toronto, the old build was like doing Lunar Blaze. Now everyone's going after the Owl build now. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right.
There's a question in the chat that asks, do you agree that questing talents make bad players worse? I think it actually tries to persuade you to be better, because most of them are skill shot based instead of like globe collecting or something lame like that. I think it's actually trying to make you better, but maybe on a game-to-game basis, you'll get worse because you're trying it out. I don't know. That's just what I think, though.
Is Dan answering for the bad players?
Well, that's just my experience when I was in bronze. My other account, your
main account.
Actually, my new Smurf account should be my old account. So you can actually change my name to Baron Tower now, because that's my main account now.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Refer to me as Baron Tower. Tower Baron is gone.
All right. So let's move on. So, old backpack wanted to discuss the quick match versus Hero League meta.
Yeah, I played Quick Match a little bit in order to learn Garrosh. It's an awful experience playing Quick Match. It just feels bad every time. And I realize this, but clearly most players are on Quick Match, and other people are also equally frustrated with it. And so one person on Reddit went through the trouble of doing a Hero League versus Quick Match meta-analysis. And there's this very nice table here where it shows what heroes are played in Quick Match versus Hero League. And can we pull up the table there, Bacon? Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, what the table really shows you is that the ambush characters, like your Novas, your Valeras, your Zeratools, they have a insanely high pick percentage. They're at 13%. It's like the fourth highest pick a class of hero in Quick Match only. Where
That's
they have
the only
about
time you can play them. The only time you can play those characters
exactly.
is in Quick Match.
They have about a 3% usage in Hero League. So you don't see these heroes ever in Hero League, but they're everywhere in Quick Match. And so it creates this very, very weird meta. And it also goes to show that healers and tanks aren't played Quick Match. Everyone's just playing gank ambush assassins. And so there's high burst damage, no peel, and no heals. So it makes this weird meta where whoever kills the other person first wins. Is not at all related to Hero League. And it just feels awful when you lose because you're dead in a second and you didn't even see it happen. And just, yeah, here's the table. If you look there, the ambush characters, oh, we're zooming in and out. Hey, nice.
It's not as easy as it looks, folks.
Okay, well, that's good enough for me. So yeah, here you can see on the left is Quick Match.
You hear that?
Yeah, it's a car driving by.
Yeah.
It's a motorcycle.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, if you look on the left is Quick Match, then the second column says the delta. The delta is the difference of Quick Match versus Hero League, and so the ambush is 13% in Quick Match, but it's a 9% difference from that of Hero League. And the tanks are, of course, around 20% in Hero League, but around 10% in Quick Match. Same with the healers. Healers are only found in 9% of games. So there's no tanks and no healers. It's just stealth assassins assassinating each other. That's Quick Match.
Yeah.
Feels
And
awful.
Murkies.
And Murkies too.
Blizzard's matchmaking sucks too.
For Quick Match,
you can
yeah.
play. You can pick assassins and play 5 games without a tank or a healer, and then you pick a support, and there's like 4 supports in the game. Like, why don't you split those up so that you only have like 1 support on each team?
Well, outside of those kind of crappy matchmaking, games, there's just not enough support and tank players queuing, right?
Yeah, that's what it
That's
is.
just it. It's just like
Wait.
in World of Warcraft.
Wait. Two Ton Yoda says this is what he said in the chat. Fringe is Fringe is the one who looks like he's in the street. What does that mean?
You look
You're a
homeless.
hobo.
Homeless.
What?
Yeah, it's you in a trash
Happy
can
birthday
fire
to
holding
you.
beans.
Happy
What?
birthday.
Happy birthday.
What's going on here?
Hey, it's all right. Just show them your sign.
No, what's going on?
Yeah, so Fringe, do you have fingerless
It's your
gloves?
it's your beanie.
Fingerless gloves.
Your
and a
beanie has
cardboard sign.
plus 10 homeless.
It's supposed to be like my. It's supposed to be like my birthday.
You have a well-fed dog.
Hey, I do. He eats better than everyone here. But oh man.
Plus 10
Anyway,
homeless.
sorry.
Bring out your trench coat, Fringe. Put out your 3 trench coats.
Oh,
All
see,
on
look.
the same
Oh,
time.
this guy's giving me shit about Rainier beer. Oh, so basically, the Rainier beer was someone brought it over. So this is like the last one. So I didn't buy this, by the way. So just
You're
FYI.
gonna make 2 Ton Yoda a mod. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. This is the hipster beer of the Pacific Northwest. If you don't want to drink PBR, the hipsters drink this. So just FYI.
Oh, it's Splash Gizmo. God damn it. No wonder.
F that. F him.
Oh man. Okay.
That's funny.
Now I get it. Okay. Now
All
that
right.
makes sense. All right. Sorry, I interrupted. But it's okay. It's my birthday. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. About the population difference. In World of Warcraft, the typical 5-man is 1 tank, 1 support, and 3 DPS. And the population is skewed so that there are a shit ton of assassin players who want to queue, but there are no tanks or healers. So if you queue in as a tank, you pretty much get a game instantly within like a second. If you're a support, pretty much the same thing. But if you're an assassin queuing in, you're waiting for 20, 30 minutes because it's trying to match up games with you. So what Heroes of the Storm is doing, it's like similar situation where assassin players, most players want to be the one that kills everybody, does the most damage. So they're playing assassin players going into quick match like that. It's less fun. I don't find it less fun, but the general population finds it less fun to support and tank. So there's less of them queuing in. So what are they gonna do? Have assassin players just sit there for 10 minutes while they wait for support and tanks to queue up so they can get the proper composition? No, they're just gonna match a 5v5 assassin, and that's why it's such a shit fest.
But if they actually had the queues longer for these, assassin heavy metas, people would queue assassin less often, right? We need to incentivize the crowd to stop playing Novas everywhere. Because when I played, it was my team had Garrosh, Abathur, Murky, Nova, Valera. Like, we just lost. And you got nothing to do about it. It just feels terrible. Because everyone queues as these strange-ass heroes on Quick Match.
I think if you try to queue in as a stealth hero, they'll match you up against someone else, another team that also has stealth, usually.
Yeah, that happens too.
I've noticed. So like every time I want to play Zeratul, I have to play against like a Valera or a Nova on the other team. So you can't just play like your ideal comp, or everyone's a normal comp, and you're just Zeratul. Or just like the one stealth, assassin. It's a game you want to play.
All right, so Blemish
and Chief Ratchet says, "I love HOTS. Don't get me wrong, but there is no denying that the player base is very low compared to other MOBAs and has certain problems because of it." Now, if we were to suddenly multiply the population of Quick Match or the game by 10, it's not going to fix the problem because the ratio problem still exists. You're still going to get 5v5 assassin matches.
Yeah,
because it's
also,
the same ratio.
Also, first of all, Bohemia. Second of all,
what's the beer?
Bohemia. It's from Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody got faded out. Somebody's blackout dropped down.
No. No, but anyway.
What's the beer again?
Bohemia.
Can you show it?
Why? What are you gonna do?
I just want to make sure. Is that what
He's
it
gonna
says?
fade you out.
I know. Yeah. I know you're doing. But
Do it. Show us the beer.
Getting trolled.
But Blemish was saying in chat that this is true actually. When you queue up as a support or tank, you end up in a double support or double tank comp within like an Abathur, some bullshit like that too. So and also there's a time once where like we didn't have a healer and the opposing team had a Tyrande, and we lost because they actually got some heals out.
They said Tassadar and Tyrande are like half support, so they kind of
We didn't have Tassadar though. We just had regular heroes.
Well, that's what I'm saying is they're not strictly supports. Something like that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't play Quick Match anymore for this very reason. If I do play it, it's with a 5-man or a 4-man where we actually already have a team kind of built.
But then again, go unranked, right?
Yeah, but like suppose you just get like a brand new character like, KT comes out, right? And you don't want to deal with like, getting banned. If you just play Quick Match, you can just do the same thing. So
there is a little bit of a spillover into the unranked draft too, because some players who just want to play their stealth character or Abathur, they'll probably just auto pick them in unranked draft just because they don't want to put up with the shenanigans in Quick Match. So I've seen that too. They'll just say, "I'm picking this character no matter what."
Also, a major shout out
around me.
to Ed Castillo. He loves Bohemia as well. So, yeah. Sorry. Moving on.
You're the one who moves it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy
you know
birthday.
All right. So I guess our last major topic is so there's a new API out there for HOTS. So basically, it's called the HOTS API. It's basically it's an open source platform where you can people have access to the data and then they can create their own HOTS logs. So
Or any apps that can use
Sure.
the data.
yeah. So now, lately there's been more and more consternation about the owner of HOTS logs, and some of it is very due or very appropriate because he has ads on his site that are that has malware, and several people at least have been had their computers fucked up by it. So I guess the overall question is, what do you guys think about the new API? And also, I did reach out to Storm Spy, the one at this point in time, the one site that is actually using the HOTS API data, and I asked them to come on the show to talk about it, and they did not comment. So just FYI on that. But so what do you guys think about the new HOTS API? What is this? Is it good to have two HOTS logs essentially, or what do you guys think about everything?
We need a replacement for HOTS logs because HOTS
This is
logs
America.
sucks.
Competition is good.
I can't leave the HOTS logs tab open. It crashes after like I would say 5 minutes, but that's probably too long. Probably like a minute, 2 minutes of leaving that tab without clicking another link to adjust settings. It just like locks. It's terrible. It was really good like 2 years ago when it first came out, and it's been going downhill since then.
Now, Scott, I know you're against spending any kind of money for digital goods, but what do you think about paying $10 for the year to be ad free? It's about 80 cents a month. And I do it. I've spent the $10 for the year and basically no problems keeping that tab open and no ads.
Nope.
I mean,
Or do you run an ad blocker?
I don't have anything special for an ad
Nope.
blocker.
Is the
Nope.
answer.
To just have the baseline site just shit on your browser, that's not a good system. I mean, if I was paying for like some sort of upgrade, but just to pay for your website not to suck, I can't do that on principle.
Well, the site's not cheap and it goes through a shit ton of data. Thousands of replays are, gigs of data potentially for each player that uploads. So it's a lot of traffic, and the processing end of actually taking that data into something presentable. I'm sure Tyler Barron knows a thing or two about that, right? So it can't be that cheap, right? Tyler
I
Barron?
don't know anything about full stack programming, like web stuff, but it doesn't seem like it's that difficult once you have your algorithm set up. It just kind of runs itself. The lookup and the calculations, it's just you're just going to have longer lookups the more data you have. But it's sort of like,
What
I think
about,
once
like
you
the
set
server
everything
costs?
up. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of maintenance besides that though. Like code wise, once you just set up your algorithm, it's just going to be like it takes in data and processes it, puts it out in the tables that are already set up. I guess up front, you got to put in a lot of work, but maintenance, no way, I think.
Well, Scott, I recommend you uBlock Origin if you use Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, there's a right way and a wrong way to do shit like that. If you need money for people to donate to keep stuff open, like Wikipedia or Firefox, they have that shit where it's like, all our stuff is free, but we need a certain amount of money to run it, and it's getting towards the end of the year. Can you throw us a couple bucks?
Wait, Scott, would you actually pay then?
Yeah, if I was using it all the time. I could spare a couple bucks, but
That was a pretty long pause, though.
Yeah.
to just go and have your, the website just be shitty baseline until you spend money on it, I'm good.
But I mean, just this shit costs money. Obviously, Hot Slot guy can't forever, spend out of his pocket to keep the website up, and obviously try to remedy that by doing ads and the $10 a year thing.
He could have like a Patreon or something. He doesn't have to just.
But
Yeah.
my thing is, why does he continue to have ads with malware? You know,
They pay the most. So it comes down to.
yeah, but that I mean,
Do they?
I would think the more invasive the ad, the more they pay you to put it up.
because it's funny is that after I never thought about getting the premium account, but like, why I can't support someone that actually has malware on their site. I can't do that. And I was actually going to sign up for a premium account, but like I don't want to promote someone who has malware and that doesn't want to fix it. I guess like a year ago I asked him to come on the show and he said no, which is fine. But I don't know if he said that, hey, these malware ads pay for half of the cost of everything, then I'd be like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, but like without any type of information about that.
No, I think definitely he's making money off it.
Well, then fuck that. I don't want to give him money then. I don't know. But yeah, there is a lot of a few years ago, this particular API is owned by one dude. By the way, this isn't like a community thing. This is one guy with all the power again. And remember, everyone 3 years ago, whatever, everyone was really excited about the hot slog guy, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone thought he was the darling of HOTS, 2 or 3 years ago, and now look at him. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm very skeptical about all of this, but
Look at him. Is he wearing a beanie and has a hobo beard?
what? What? What's going on?
Oh, it'd be nice if Blizzard just released this data so that we could look at it. Rather than
Yeah.
having to do these, third-party sites. But I think because the player base is so small compared to other MOBAs, they don't want to release that, and for other reasons as well, I'm sure.
All right. I talked to this guy who kind of seems to know what he's talking about, and that Hotslog obviously uses the ads, but Hot's API. Let's see. Well, folks, this is a quote from the guy I'm reading from. Well, folks, guess what? It ain't free either. According to their own wording, all files are stored on Amazon S3 service. Currently, it is in requester pays mode, which means that traffic fees are paid by clients that download files instead of website owner. Know what that means? You're all paying for it, not Hot's API. Does that mean anything to you, Tire Baron?
I probably have to. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. I was actually navigating to the Hot API site when you were talking about that. But maybe if I could read it and get back to you on that.
Well, basically, it says what I just said. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention either, apparently.
God damn it.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to copy and paste this, and then you guys get back to me next episode or some shit.
No, we'll do it now. No, we are professional podcasters. We can do this.
All right, shit.
Oh, wow.
So,
oh, yeah, shit.
Fuck.
A lot of text.
Oh, man.
So, Scott, how was your day?
Was all right.
How was your Hero League?
Not the best. I think I lost 3 and won 1.
Oh, we are paying for it.
Pat, have you placed yet, bro?
Oh yeah, I placed in Platinum, Plat 4. I play 10 Hero
This
League
season?
games every season. This season, not yet, no.
Oh. But you placed
Yeah.
at the last week, right? Of the last
Yeah, I
season?
placed on the last day. Every Hero League season, I used to do 10 games a year. Well, 10 games a season.
God. You became one of
So-
those guys.
I hate Hero
How
League.
does that work? How does that work in terms of the people going to the site have to pay the fees? How does that work in terms of in terms of like advertisements.
It seems like doesn't it mean like the like storm spy that the people who actually use the data have to pay for it?
Oh,
Seems
That
like
they
it's-
host
yeah.
it, and if you want to use it, then you have to pay for the data,
yeah.
right? Is that how I understand it?
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah. They'll host it, but if you want to actually download it and use it, then you gotta pay.
I think that's fine. Actually, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
But they also have a Patreon.
Well then, fuck them.
Well, except Patreon's all right
Yeah.
because it's just donations, right? You don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, I don't
If
know.
you say fuck them, then you can say not pay anything. But
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
a
mean,
fee
like-
for transmission of files through Amazon services, apparently, from
Yeah, I don't know.
Splash Gizmo.
Okay. Well, all right. I retract that, but they shouldn't. If they don't have any costs, then yeah, I'm kind of mad. I'm a little weary about that. We'll put it that way. So
Anyway, let's see the development, and then we'll get
okay.
back to
All
it.
right. We'll see how it goes. All right. Lastly, we actually have win time. We have 2 videos or 3 videos. My videos come first, I guess.
it's your birthday.
It's your birthday, that's why.
So I was playing with Blemish and Grizzly. Do we have the video, or do you want me to set it up?
Are we gonna see the best lane clear on Johanna?
You know,
Hold on, baby girl.
Okay.
I got you, baby girl. Birthday boy.
All right. So, are you gonna show both videos or just one? Or
I'll show you the first one. This
All right,
is
so
the
the-
one that's
so the first video is we're on Warhead Junction. This is actually in wintertime. This is actually this is a good video to show how I'm ETC, and you know, it's a 5v4 in the middle lane, and so I have stage dive, and it's on cooldown, but I'm not using it yet because I'm waiting for the right time to use my ultimate. And to keep playing, you'll see. I'm waiting for one character to overstep, and then I'm going to use the stage dive and watch. So right
Why
there,
don't you switch from the team?
that Li Ming overstepped, and then I killed her. See?
So a question: why are you with your team if you have stage dive? You should be soaking somewhere else.
Yeah, I was thinking that exact same thing.
hey guys, it's his birthday.
But they don't have a Zool side soaking right now.
I think what happened was like the objective just happened where we each got the warheads. But
Okay.
so basically that just shows, you know, wait for the right time for someone to misstep on the opposing team, and then you go ahead and take advantage of it. Because by using that stage dive, I was able to isolate the Li Ming character and the Malfurion character right next to that particular the wall thing, the wall junction thing.
I would argue that Diva did all that work.
No.
No, he finalized the kills.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean,
This
Diva
looks like a
she's really
decent
displaced
play,
them.
but where's the win time? I see this as level 13. How do you win?
No,
the
no.
next, like minute or two?
well, we got a boss after that, and then like the next thing's a win time. It actually did win the game. So if we pull it up,
Yeah, I have it up.
all right.
Okay.
I got
Right
been
here.
having it up the whole time.
It's going right now.
Okay.
Oh, it's not
Wait.
playing. Oh
No.
shit!
No.
Hold on.
We still see the
Oh.
medieval leyline seal.
It didn't.
How
It
did
didn't
that-
transfer.
Why haven't
It
you?
should
Aren't
play
you
right now.
split
Then
soaking?
Oh, okay. We won't play.
hold on.
Okay.
We're
Right
doing
now
it
we
live.
have the
There we go.
Oh yes.
Whoop.
So this is actually kind of funny because
Also ETC.
those guys are running away. I staged I ran on top of them and killed them. That's pretty much it.
All right.
And
That
then
was
Wait,
like
what?
2 minutes later in your game, right?
yeah, the game was like a 13-minute game. It was really really quick. But I staged dive right on top of them.
It looked like that Medivh should just portaled away from your stage dive, but he was
Yeah.
really late on the portal.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey man, it's what can I say?
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah,
it made me laugh. It made me and Blemish laugh and Grizzly laugh.
I see.
So there you go. There you go. That's an actual win time right there.
and that's where you won.
Mm-hmm.
This is my win
Okay.
time. All right.
Not
Curtis.
showing.
Wait,
Give
wait
me
for
a
it.
This
second.
guy set it up.
Yeah,
This shit is
it's
hard to do
time.
live, man. All right, so This is Mist's stream, and if you don't know Mist, he's a top GM that he streams occasionally, and then I figured out that I was on the stream. But I'm the Rhaegar player, and we kind of have an advantage, but it's 16 versus 13, so short death timers, right? So if we want to finish the game, then it's got to be clean. Now it's 5v3, and he goes in for the mosh pit, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Y'all see that cleanse?
Oh, that cleanse.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh.
So Dehaka went isolation, and he's on the right side right now, walking up to the ETC, and he's going to cast isolation. But if you see the bottom of the keep, I'm right there for the cleanse.
Cleanses it.
Cleanse.
Oh, that cleanse. Oh.
Oh, that guy gave you a lot of props.
Sound like he was very
That
happy
guy's
about
just
that.
like slobbering all over your nuts on that cleanse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a legit cleanse though.
Yeah, won the game.
Yeah.
Nope, that's
Yeah.
true win time.
What are you talking about? My win time was just as good.
It was.
Just as good, huh?
Just as good.
So you pressed R.
No. I had it. I
Press
timed it
R, they
properly
didn't move away.
and killed
They
people.
didn't portal out.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so if you have a win time, if you're listening or watching or either whatever it is you're doing,
Whatever it is you're doing.
What did you do?
but so if you have a win time moment, please email them to us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com, and we'll play them live on the on Twitch.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think I had the biggest win time moment of the week. Gold 4. Win time.
I thought you were gonna talk about that Rainer clip from last week, that fail of a clip.
Yeah.
That was last week. That was last week.
Yeah, that was definitely a gold level play.
But this week is an actual Ren time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I guess that's it. I guess, right?
Yeah.
But also, I guess lastly, it was really nice spending my birthday with all of you, with all the win timers live right now. Getting drunk with all of you by myself as I record this.
It's, glad for you to have us.
Felt really good.
Yep.
And yep.
That's, I think, the first birthday we've had on the show where it's actually lined up that way.
Yeah.
What for everybody?
Well, no one's
yeah.
birthday's ever fallen on a show date.
Oh, it should have happened at least once by now, but I guess not.
No.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
But yep. I don't know. Oh wait, someone's zooming in on my face. Oh, it's Scott's face.
Yeah. Scott doesn't realize
I
it,
gotta
that's
catch him
kinda
every time he does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, lastly, I almost forgot, guys. It's good to be here in the Nexus. So
Oh.
so let's.
So you never introduced me, I think.
I introduced you. How else did you talk?
I think you just said we have someone here that's no longer bronze.
No.
Segue.
No. I said we have Tara Baron here, and he's calling in from San Diego, California, and then you just went on look how big my dick is. I'm in gold now. Kind of rant.
Well, first of all,
I'm a
you got to
big
call me
boy.
Baron Tower. Baron Tower.
Sounds like a bit of jealousy.
No. I'm
Oh,
fine.
There's a bit
snap.
of jealousy. Someone's jelly.
No.
Jelly with that beer.
No. So,
Oh, by the way, when we nagged on him for not saying it's good to be here in the Nexus, somebody checked the tape, and he actually did say it.
He did say it, yeah.
no, he did not. Who said that?
He
Who said-
did? No,
That was
it's in
last
Discord.
week. You tried to
They
give me
verified
shit
it.
about
No,
it.
no. He didn't say that. Who said
He
that?
said it. Check the audio. Yep, see? Look at that. Gizmo said he checked
Yeah,
it.
210 Yoda.
Gizmo.
He did say it. Yep.
Oh, Meg. I think Gizmo doesn't like me because of the beard. I
What,
think
he's
he's jealous. I think he's
The-
jealous.
the- The fans
jealous
are
of-
always right.
Maybe he's Asian and can't grow a beard.
The fans are always right, especially the ones that donate to patreon.com/GankBush Squad.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Get
Put
a
out the
special
whole
thank
URL
you.
for you.
They're
Oh,
more
almost
right.
forgot. Almost forgot. So lastly, I almost forgot. So the intro this week is going to be was the theme song for BoJack Horseman.
Oh, nice.
So for those of you who don't know, the new season came out a few days ago, and I think I've watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes of the new season, and it's really good. I think BoJack is probably it's easily the best cartoon around right now.
Rick and Morty, sir.
No, I like Rick and Morty too, but I think BoJack.
Have you
is
seen
like
the latest episode?
I have. I've seen all of them. Yes.
The Rick Lantis.
Yes, I saw that. It was good. But I think BoJack actually shines a light on the human
Condition.
Yeah, the human condition. While Rick and Morty just like they're very actually this season for Rick and Morty has actually been very, very more mature than any other season. So I give them a lot of credit for that.
The last episode was pretty reflective of the current,
Yeah, no.
climate of.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I think that BoJack has a lot more to say about the human condition than anything else. I think, in my opinion, it's actually as good as the first 8 seasons of The Simpsons.
So if I like Rick and Morty, what I like BoJack? Because I haven't seen it yet.
I think so.
But it's a different show in that BoJack is really like it has a point to make, and it's pretty obvious that it shows you a self-destructive character and how he actively ruins his own happiness. It's more deep than
the things that like, there's
Sounds
other
pretty deep for a cartoon.
No, but there's actually other characters too that reflect the same type of thing that BoJack is going through, but they don't show it in an obvious way. And it's funny, it's like they actually build out characters for each of even like the roommate Todd, or like his agent, the cat. I forget the cat
woman. Yeah,
she's really good. And then also like the Asian Daria, it's really good too.
Asian Daria.
But I don't know. If you haven't seen BoJack, it's kind of like the opposite of this show
mention that.
in terms of its humor. But it's very, very good. And I don't know. I think if you haven't seen it, you should all check it out. And that's it. But yeah, actually, again, back to Rick and Morty though. This is by far the best season so far for Rick and Morty. It's not even close. Because actually, I was actually kind of worried about Rick and Morty this year because season 2 was kind of bad. Quote unquote bad, because they had they had some pretty shitty episodes in there. Some of them are really good, but some of them are pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But this year, everyone's been good. Actually, I buy it on Amazon, so actually when it comes out, I get it immediately, and I watch them like two or three times because it's that good. So
shit. So you like Pickle Rick?
It's
Pickle Rick.
I like
Pickle Rick.
I like the rat pickle Rick.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, yeah, BoJack Horseman, give it a shot.
All right,
all right, let's go.
I like it. It's Rick is a pickle.
All right,
yeah, it's literally a pickle. That's all he is.
All right, let's go to Tyra Baron.
And that's our show, and we'll see you in the Nexus. Gold 4!
I'm going to edit that
Happy
part out.
birthday, Fred.
Everyone blow ASAP. Now go. Jesus Christ.
He missed it! Last one was so much better.
He missed it!
That's the outro. We're good.
The miss on this station.